I gave her a list like this. The faculty was raving with that idea. So when I started Peabody, it was just complete euphoria to have, the colleagues like Anne Shine and, Leon Fleischer. What are you talking about? Voice faculty was absolutely incredible. Phyllis Brynjolfsson, it's a lady who recorded all contemporary music ever written for high soprano, and Pierre Boulez was her most famous conductor. They almost recorded everything, including La Rossignol for Stravinsky. John Shirley Quirk, that's fantastic, British baritone. He was my colleague. My God, so it was fantastic years of my life. But what I heard that none of Russian music ever present, they had no idea, even that Rachmaninoff wrote more than 5, Opus 38, plus maybe Opus 4, Nipoy Krasavs. Out of curiosity, I just offered Phyllis to start teaching Russian repertoire, Russian diction and repertoire. She said, it sounds very interesting, but how are you going to do it? I said, I have to just teach a correct pronunciation. And of course, in order to sing this fantastic unknown repertoire, said, oh, that's great. Give me the name of a few composers and I will, discuss it during our faculty meeting. So I gave her a list like this. She said, oh my God, it's too much. I just need 5 names. Anyway, the faculty was raving with that idea. That's how a course of singing in Russian has been established at Peabody Conservatory since 1992. I start studying Russian phonetics because only scientific approach, which means professional approach to everything, for me makes sense in my life. Whatever I do, I studied professionally. And then my main idea was to how to implement this all to the singing, most comfortable singing. They actually looking for ability to play for hours, which means how good pianist you are. That's number 1. And then, of course, knowing the scores of the most fundamental pieces, like you have to know how to play Mozart stylistically, because if you will begin Mozart with a Puccini sound, it's not going to give you in the second round, Number 3, I will touch languages, but the most important is not as much to be fluent as much as possibly understand, if not the word, but the meaning of what this opera is all about. And a couple of most famous arias, definitely I would recommend to learn word-to-word translation. I don't know that you require to speak. I don't think so. But you definitely should know musically what you're playing, because that will help stylistically. And side reading, guys. Side reading in developing the habit of immediate orientation of what's important. So, and basically, as we touch this point, is the bass and the soprano. Without bass, no one can sing in perfect intonation. Sometimes it's positional for the singer, so they need to hear the basics. So learn what not to play. If you compromise with, for example, 2 notes in the chord in the right hand because of too large chord or something, that's okay. But if you ever compromise with 1/64 in rhythm, you're not going to make it to the next round.
Before we finish the interview, we want to have like a fun section of fun questions. So the idea is that you just reply as fast as you can. Okay?
I'll try my best.
Okay. So question number 1. What do you prefer, red wine or white wine?
Red wine, of course.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Waffle or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Favorite type of music that is non-classical?
Of course, jazz.
Favorite instrument to collaborate with?
Violin.
Violin, yes. I think I
In my
knew
life.
that one. What about composer, Tchaikovsky or Rachmaninoff?
Very hard to say. I would say Bach,
And same with Prokofiev or Stravinsky?
Prokofiev.
And what is a perfect drink for you after playing a concert?
Vodka.
I actually wrote here, like in my questions, like vodka question mark.
Absolutely.
Last thing. So, if a person never listened to classical music before, what piece would you recommend for them to listen to?
Mass B minor by Bach or Requiem by Mozart. That's two phenomenal cleansers, in human being existence. So that's my, my gods. Do you know that the heavy jazz, heavy metal jazz musicians all saying that there is nothing new after Bach. So they just interpreted their way. That's it. In general, we're just the humble servants of those phenomenal minds, and learning them. It's a, it's not enough for one life.